slow again. Pinched a nerve in my neck. Oh man, what's wrong with me, man? I'm always getting in these stupid accidents. Plus I have a hat on, you know. Some people say that my head looks a little weird on camera. I'm inclined to agree. Anyway, let's get situated in our seats. Welcome back to Eddie B TV. I am, of course, Eddie B. Nice to see you. And we are back at you again today for another reaction video. And today we're going to get into someone that I have no idea why I didn't get to this person sooner. Oh man, I got my neck again. But we're going to get into one from him today. We're going to get into some Ralphie May today. All right. Well, unfortunately, as most comedy fans will know, Ralphie May died not too long ago. Just a really funny dude, man. Just very big presence on stage, you know what I mean? You know, double meaning with that one. But man, I just, you know, when I look at him, man, you figure you look at how big the dude was and you just think, well, man, he gonna die soon or something like that. But even when he did die, it was just like, man, I'm still kind of surprised, you know. Just didn't want to see it, you know, because he's a very funny dude, man. And I just, yeah, not really much else to say other than just a very funny dude, and he will be missed. So yeah, we're gonna get into one from him today. And this one's gonna be titled, A New Kind of Brown. Okay. Yeah, man, this is like, I have some of these clips on standby and I haven't checked on them in a long time. So when it finally comes down to getting to the actual reaction, I'll be thinking, oh, okay, I got this one to do, so why did I pick this one? A New Kind of Brown. That's a funny title right there. So yeah, man, to the big man, Ralphie May, we're gonna get into this one like I said. So, Ralphie May with A New Kind of Brown. And if you like this reaction, please like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Keep everything going. All right, yeah, keep everything going so I can fix my neck. Oh my goodness. First it was my back not too long ago, now it's this part, you know? I'm falling apart, y'all. I don't know, I'm gonna get to my little workouts again and all that, and maybe I can get rid of some of these issues I got going on here. But yeah, we got business to handle, so let's get through this one. Ralphie May with A New Kind of Brown, right here on Eddie B TV. Let's get our laugh on. May Ralphie May rest in peace, man. Let's check him out. I haven't seen this clip, by the way, either, you know. I gotta watch this whole special once I see a couple of clips from it. All right, let's get situated here in our seats. And here we go.
This country, you know, we're so much better than we give ourselves credit for. It's a hologram. Racism in this country is a hologram. It's a tool used by the powers that be to keep us, the populace, looking at each other instead of looking up and seeing what they're doing, okay? You know, all it is distraction.
That's
and
real.
It's been working for a long time. Even in the 60s and 70s, we got all the legislation passed, Civil Rights Act, Voter Registration Act passed, okay? All these wonderful bills that really leveled the playing field, okay? We had integration. We had people going to school with people of different races, okay? People were getting to know each other and realize there's no difference, okay? Forces that be still wanted us looking at each other, all right? And they used it, you know? White people are like, oh, don't go over there. Those black people, they're stealing white babies. Oh, Lord, Jesus, you stay away from them black people. Those black people are going to get you, all right? And black folks, y'all were the same thing. Those cracker-ass white people, they're putting stuff in chicken, make your junk fall off. No.
Not chicken.
That's right, and make a thing drop right off.
Not chicken.
And why did they have us looking at each other? So we wouldn't look up and see how the reason we were in Vietnam wasn't a real reason at all. The Gulf of Tonkin incident was a radar glitch, okay? But we used it as an escalation point. And what did that cost us? Over 58,000 US lives, okay? Hundreds of thousands more injured. Okay, what did it cost the country of Vietnam? 1 million people, okay? And then they got their way. And we obviously don't give a damn because we're trading with them. They make our Nikes, okay? You know? Right, we don't mind, okay? It doesn't make any sense. But in the 70s, man, white and black were starting to see eye to eye. Things were getting together, okay? It was disco. #1 show in the country was Sanford and Son. #3 show was Good Times. All right, yeah. Why? Because they were well-written shows, but also they showed a different perspective. And white people realized that there's not that much difference between white and black, okay? The truth of the matter is, it's rich and poor. Like where I grew up in Arkansas, there was no black or white. We're all broke. Okay, what's your color? Poor. Okay, you know, That's the truth of the matter, you know? When you eat your cereal out of a Cool Whip bowl stained with chili or spaghetti sauce, does it really matter if you're black or you're white? You're broke.
Man. Did that and I wasn't even poor, man. That's real, though.
And, you know, then the 80s happened, and we had this huge influx of Latinos coming north because of a depression in Mexico, and Cuba gets rid of everybody that's not pro-Fidel, and white and black had learned a lesson over the last 20 years. They're all sitting around going, who are all these beaners, all these brown people coming to our country, these beaner-ass beaners? All right, then somebody's like, maybe you tried their food? That stuff's delicious. And they're like, what, for real? Good as hell, son, delicious. All right? I met the first Mexican I met was in 1982, June 17th, glorious day.
Oh, he knows the day, huh?
It was a hot day in Arkansas. It was 108, 100% humidity, and it wasn't raining. When the wind blew, it felt like a dog was breathing on you. And I got a knock on the door, and there's a little Mexican fellow with his hat in his hand saying he'd mow my yard for $10. And I'm like, you goddamn right you will. All right? I'll come and do it next week, too. And why not? My mom paid me $20 to do it, you know? I figure I'd give him 10. I made 10. Now I'm a supervisor. This is awesome. Okay?
Oh, hell no. Oh, that was funny, man.
In the 80s, we had the Soviets. That was the big thing. Everybody thought the Soviets were going to get us. I remember those commercials where they showed us, they never showed us what real Soviet kids look like. We never would have pointed our missiles at them. That's not our country, you know? Blonde hair, blue eyes, whiter than we are, going, excuse me, sir, can I have some more? All right? You know? We never would have blown those kids up. What did we see? We saw guys in big furry hats, goose-stepping like the Wicked Witch of the West Guard. Oh, oh. All right? And big missiles on big trucks and bears. I was more scared of the bears than I was the bombs. I didn't know what a nuclear was at 10. I knew if they dropped those bears on us, we're fucked. Okay? Those bears, oh God, they're everywhere. And that's why we made movies during the 80s like Red Dawn, where we showed those dirty Soviets killing Soda Pop and Pony Boy and somebody putting Baby in the corner and Wolverines and then Judd Nelson ended, he had his hand up like that, I know. What's funny is no one under 25 realizes I just melded 4 movies into one. That's what's funny, all right?
I heard you, man, I heard you.
You got some Netflix homework to do, player. You got some Netflix homework to do. But in 1991, after we bankrupted the Soviet Union and it broke up, basically, we experienced the greatest amount of growth any nation's ever experienced in the history of the world. Why? Because white, black, and brown were finally working together, okay? And that we were living Dr. King's dream, okay, that we were working together. And all that changed on a Tuesday morning in 2001 when Arabs flew airplanes into buildings, and boom, we had a brand new race war. We had white, black, and brown versus a new kind of brown, okay? And that's where we're at now, okay? The Muslim is gonna get you. The Muslim is gonna get you. The Muslim is gonna get you tonight. Allah, Allah. Allah, Allah. The Muslim is gonna get you. The Muslim is gonna get you. That's the new boogeyman. Whatever you do, don't look in a mirror and say Muslim 3 times. One of them stinky unibrow sons of bitches will show up right behind you with a big-ass turbine, beard, genie bottle in one hand, magic carpet in the other, dynamite belt. Last thing you'll smell is couscous, camel hump, and diesel fuel. Boom! Then he blows you up. Nuh-uh. Because the Muslim is gonna get you. The Muslim is gonna get you. The Muslim is gonna get you tonight. Allah, Allah. Allah, Allah. They want us to be afraid.
I can't move that well. That's too
I'm
funny.
sorry.
The Muslim is going
I have a real hard time being afraid of a dude who's wearing a dress down below his knees and flip-flops. Okay, if you're dressed like my mama going down to Galveston Beach, I'm really not that afraid of you. You know what I'm saying? You kind of dressed like a pussy, dude. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just the Southern in me, but if I could stub your toe and put you out of the fight, I'm not really that afraid, okay?
Oh, man, that's
But it
goofy.
is interesting, you know, since then, what's happened, and we just allow it too, you know? We allow the government to listen to our phones and our emails and everything, and we just give up our personal liberties. And Benjamin Franklin said it best. If you give up liberty for security, you deserve neither and you will get neither. Do you understand what I mean? Okay? It's not our country. We have to get back to who we are as a kind of nation. They can kill an individual, but they didn't kill America. Okay? There's no way they could kill America, okay? Because America's not a thing. It's a dream. It's a way of thinking. It's a group of people from all corners of the earth living under a document that starts with 3 simple words, we the people. And people forget about that. You know, they think that, oh, they're going to get us. No, they're not. All right? And who are we fighting? 1% of 1%. Okay, there's 1.8 billion of them, okay? But we're fighting 1% of 1% of them, okay? That's who we're fighting. And who are we fighting them with? The best of our world, our U.S. servicemen and women. These guys are incredible. They're incredible, aren't they? Amazing.
Okay.
In 22 years of stand-up, I've been in 19 USO tours, and it's awe-inspiring to see these men and women. These are guys that give up their whole lives, and the people they leave behind, your families, you're the unsung heroes too, because you didn't volunteer, okay? You know, your son or daughter did, or your husband or your wife did. You know, you people left behind have a burden to bear too, because you're afraid every time you watch CNN or something that your child's name might scroll across the bottom. Thank you for your sacrifice. I hope this nation is good enough to give them back to you. You know, they're incredible. They really are. They're amazing, amazing people, you know, and they do a great job. I remember I was in Iraq in 2003, and we were there. We were the first USO tour in, and I mean, I didn't see anybody sleeping in bunks, in mattresses. They were sleeping in ditches, okay? The weather was 135 degrees during the day. It dropped down to a brisk 112 at night. And yeah, it was really just a relief. It was just like so nice. Oh my God. And it's like, ooh, is this parka weather? Oh, I love it. It's getting crisp. They were so afraid of me getting dehydrated, even though they were under a water ration where they only got to drink 1.5 liters a day. They would give me some of their water because they were afraid because I'm fat. I'm like, no, I'm not going to camel. Trust me, brother. I got it. I got it. I'll be fine. Thank you.
All right.
We keep it for you. And they would give up their water for me. I mean, do you know what I mean? That's who these people are. You know, when they raise their hand to protect this nation and its Constitution against all enemies, both foreign and domestic, they do. They live by words like service and duty and honor. They're incredible men and women. And then I see how they're treated. You know, none of the Humvees I drove in had anything but canvas doors. They weren't armored, okay? And it's like the safest place in Iraq was on the inside of me. You know what I mean? It's like, let Ralph have the window, okay? Let Ralphie. All right, it had to be a big-ass bomb to get through Ralphie, okay? And I was like, oh, everybody's letting me ride shotgun. That's so nice. I didn't realize till I left. Those sons of bitches. And you can't blame them, you know? We send them to war with half their equipment. We expect them to do a full job. It doesn't make any sense, you know? But I did notice something striking, because I've done also shows in prisons. And everybody there has a bunk, and everybody there gets at least 3 showers a week, depending on their sex life. Somehow we treating our prisoners better than we do our military, and I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me. You know, I go to Walter Reed, and I meet men and women who've left their legs and arms in Southwest Asia, and these guys, they tell me, go, Ralphie, I wish they'd blown my hand off, my right hand, so I didn't have to fill out so much goddamn paperwork. You know, I'm amazed. You know, these guys, they're our best. If I was ever going to run for office, and by the way, I'm not going to do it if I do it for a long time, because A, I don't want to take the pay cut. B, I'm going to get assassinated really quick, okay? You don't have to be a good shot to kill me, you know what I mean? You can shoot up, hit my fat ass, okay? All right? But if I was going to run for office, I would move to make it a constitutional amendment that if you do certain crimes, you don't get to be a citizen anymore. And I'll clean out our jails. Murder, rape, pedophilia, okay, all go. You know, because it's really hard to be an ex-murderer, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I used to kill people. Really? Okay, this interview's over. Yeah, I don't drink anymore, thank God. Man, I used to get rapey as hell. I get all drunk on Jaeger and I just rape and rape and rape. Okay, I think, no, the position's been filled, but we'll keep your application on file.
Oh, okay, that's the end of it, finally. Well, you know what? That was a pretty long clip, you know what I mean? Not filled with too many jokes, but the jokes that were in there were hella funny, man. I gotta see this. Jeez, man, I cannot get comfy, man. This hurts so much. But I'll have to get to this whole special, man. Anyone got some other clips from this special, you know, that you guys want to see, man, leave them in the comments. So yeah, man, that was Ralphie May with A New Kind of Brown. You know, sometimes they got the names of the titles in and they just like talk about what the title is. They don't actually say the actual title, but he did say that in this one, man. It doesn't happen too often, but it does happen. Well, what to unpack with this one, man? This is not really an area where I'm all that comfortable talking about, but you know, I will spew some of what I feel about it, I guess. Well, I look at human life as a really big tragedy. Yeah, that's how I look at it. I don't think it's a negative standpoint to have because, you know, when you look out and you see the evidence of it, you know, you really can't dispute it with me, you know what I mean? Is there a lot of positives that you can take away from this life that we live? Sure there is, you know, but they're very few and far in between, even though there are a lot of them, but that just goes to show you how much negativity is actually in the world. You know, when he was talking about all those times in history, you know, I was born in '85, so I don't know everything. I didn't live through everything, obviously. But the more I started to comprehend as I was getting older, year by year by year, I just kind of looked at, you know, this whole thing as a big joke, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is that we have all these laws, hardly anybody follows them. You know, we have all these morals, they're easily corruptible. We have all of these people who work so hard, they don't get rewarded for it. And talking about the military, and that was towards the end of this whole bit, at one point there was a draft. That means like if your name got called, you had to go. But now the draft is gone and now it's all voluntary. And now we got people going there and I don't really know what the upside is per se, you know what I mean? I don't discourage the military to the point where I just look at anyone who's in there and just think that they're stupid or nothing like that. But it's like, if you know that you're signing up to be in the military, right? And whether it's Air Force, Marines, Army, whatever, and you gotta go to war, it's just like, what are you really supposed to be preparing for? You know what I mean? If you're the family of that person or if you're the person actually going to the war. I always thought about that, but it just, you know, it depressed me too much to even go deeper into detailing or deeper into thought. But it's just like, you know, I don't discourage it, but I'm just saying, you know, Doug Stanhope had something that he said in one of his specials. And it's something along the lines of like, don't support the troops, you know, as a whole, just like he said he supports the troops on an individual basis, you know what I mean? Like, there's some troops that are assholes, there's some troops that are awesome people, cool to hang out with, you know, actually do the job right and all that. But then even though they do their job right, that's what I'm saying, you know, they get treated like dog shit, man. And that pisses me off because I'll never serve this country in the military at all. It's just my choice, but if you are, man, if you fight for this country and you don't get anything for it, you can get an arm blown off, you can get killed, you can get all this stuff, man. Your wife could leave you. Yeah, imagine that, man. That's the biggest slap in the face in history right there. You know, you leave someone who fought for the country, fought for you to live, and that's this stuff that they're trying to push on you all the time. I think if you fight for this country in the military and you're a good person, you should have like an unlimited access to everything in the world. I mean, isn't like, yeah, that's just what I feel. But not only do they not get that, they don't even get a quarter of what they should be getting. You know, it's a big joke to me. You know, it's part of the big joke. Police are supposed to be here to protect you. They abuse their power every day. People are expected to look the other way because, well, not all cops are bad. Yeah, that's kind of problem. One of them bad is enough. One is already too many. And that's another joke about, life. And then, you got parents that are supposed to raise you to do right things and all that. But, parents don't get married before they have you, or they do have you, and then they split up and fight, and bicker with one another instead of taking care of you. That's a joke too. It's just so many different things, and you add race to that, you got sexism, you got all these kind of things going on. No one's doing anything to fix it, but a lot of people are just talking about it, I mean, like me, I handle my business in my own life, accordingly, I don't do messed up things, if I can avoid it, But what he was talking about in here, man, was spot on in many ways, I just I'm not gonna praise the military or nothing like that, but I'm just, like I said, I'm not gonna discourage them either. These days, if you sign up to be in the military, you know what to expect. And there shouldn't be any surprise that goes on after the fact, but I just wish that people would understand what was really going on instead of what, this story that we're being fed and all these punk ass news channels and, and all these advocates of this, that, or the other. Man, it's just a lot of people are dying because of different reasons. And everyone's just trying to make sure that their pockets are filled with a lot of money, and the hell with everybody else. That's just how I see the world, And that doesn't absolve me of my irresponsibilities in my life. I've been very irresponsible at times. But when I was irresponsible and I messed up, I had to pay for that. But people in charge who mess up a lot of things, they're not held accountable, man. And that's another joke, So it's no matter what Ralphie was saying in this one, man, which is a lot of it was true, and a lot of it is just that I don't necessarily agree with, in its entirety. But no matter what he says, nobody's living up to a positive standard. Everything down to the last smallest thing is just being used negatively and used incorrectly, and that's the part that sucks the most, man. But I like when he was getting into the jokes. You know what I mean? Like when he was saying, "The Muslim is gonna get you." Oh man, that was a good one. I gotta start singing that one for no reason, just to be goofy. But I don't care for racism, even though I know it exists. I don't care for sexism, even though I know it exists. Everyone has their hand in all this negativity, and no one's talking to each other. No one's coming up with solutions. Nobody's meeting each other halfway. It's sad, But as long as we got people pointing it out, that's fine. But when somebody points it out, that means we got to do something about it. Ugh, that keeps hurting. But yeah, man, this dude was hella funny, man. I have not seen this special. I've seen a couple of specials with Ralphie in it, but this one I definitely haven't seen. And it was just a funny bit overall. It wasn't too many jokes. It was about, let me see how long this clip was. It was about 12 and a half minutes long. And he was mostly just talking about history pretty much, which is not bad. He was making it funny and all, but I'm just saying, point it out, just point it out. But yeah, man, Ralphie May you rest in peace, man. You were a funny ass dude, man. And I always hope that, whatever standard that we're saying that we're living by, we actually start doing that, because I get tired of hearing all these ridiculous platitudes and all of these American slogans and all of these things that we say, but we don't do them. You know what I mean? And everyone looks at other people like, man, you're just a downer, you're just a negative person. No, I'm just pointing out the fact that we're full of shit in this country. And it just makes me sad that I'm from here sometimes, But yeah, man, very funny clip, man. Ralphie May, you were a funny ass dude. And I could say a lot more about this, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off right there. One more time, Ralphie May with A New Kind of Brown. And if you like that reaction, please like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Keep everything going, like I always say. So yeah, man, I could barely turn my head right there. Yeah, man, this is gonna be another clip, man, of a funny ass dude, man. In the books on this one, man. There's definitely a lot more Ralphie May that I need to get to that I haven't seen. But like I said, if you guys got any funny clips from him that you like, some of your favorites, leave them in the comments, and I'll check them out, see if I can get to them in good time, And overall, man, it was just like him speaking facts, really, When anyone can speak on world issues and make them as funny as he did in this one, you know what I mean? That's how you know that you got to zone in a little bit. Get your laugh on, but pay attention too, because We need more people paying attention, so that way when they do pay attention, they can actually have a decent plan to do something about it, you know, which I think is lacking very much here in the United States of America. So yeah, this is gonna be Eddie B TV signing off one more again here. Ralphie May, first time getting to him, man. It just weirds me out, like I said at the beginning of the video, that it took me this long to get to him. But he's a very funny dude, man, and I got some favorite clips from him. I might get to him in the future just to go down memory lane a little bit, but you know, in the meantime, you know, just getting this whole channel started in the first year, I just want to make sure I'm getting to as much new stuff as I possibly can, you know. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning into this one more time, man. I'm sure I'm gonna get some comments from y'all about how I felt about what Ralphie was talking about, but you know, I welcome it. Just make sure we always keep it civil. Some people have tried to slip in some real shitty comments, you know, in the last several weeks, but I've taken y'all's advice and I've disregarded them. I'm not gonna let them piss me off or make me angry to the point where I start ranting about it here on another video. But yeah, man, let's all keep it civil. Let's keep it constructive, and let's keep having fun with this. So yeah, thank y'all for tuning in one more time. Love and appreciate y'all. Peace.